Hey everyone, I want to thank all of you for all the support, all the comments on our newest documentary of me called Steps. There is so much more content like this to come throughout the team, different stuff with myself, different locations over the next few years. Our goal is to give you the best, bring you the absolute best content in the entire mental health space, bar none, through the lived experience. As we all know, it's virtually impossible to understand this disorder, chronic anxiety, CPTSD/PTSD, GAD, panic disorder, bi-dysmorphic disorder. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. You gotta live it. It's gotta bring you to your knees, and you gotta come out the other side. And you can't fool anyone otherwise. That's why it's so important. But I wanted to go into a little bit more depth about my journey. Again, thank you so much for all the support. There is so much good content to come. Before I go any further, please subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think. Phil@OCDrecovery.com. We can help you. I probably work with myself more sensory motor and hyper awareness sufferers than any other human being on this planet. I have maintained a long-term, robust, unconditional, primarily life, but self-life, other acceptance based around my sensory motor fears. I've had all the big ones: blinking, swallowing, saliva, heartbeat, breathing, hyper-awareness of physical anxiety and pain, hyper-awareness of closed sensations, extreme IBS fears. I've recovered from all of them by changing my belief systems. You are not treatment resistant no matter what any doctor, any well-intentioned therapist, coach, spiritual leader, mom, dad, best friend, fucking homeless person on the street. I can show you how to get better. You are stuck because of your belief systems. You are stuck because of your behaviors. No matter what any single person on this planet tells you. Anyone that tells you you're treatment resistant, wrong. Anyone tells you that you could just leave it there at the chronic level and recover, wrong. Anyone that's not talking to you about your belief systems, your beliefs about noticing this for the rest of your life and your life being ruined, never being present again, never being able to concentrate. If they're not talking to you right off the bat about REBT principles and unconditional acceptance, the chance of them understanding, you know my favorite thing to say, the number below 1, it is 0. And I understand because I lived it. Just like I've never been to Everest. I could read every book. I've watched every documentary. I've watched so much stuff on Everest. I've never been to the Himalayas. I don't know shit about what it's like there. Climbing ladders between Camp 1 and Camp 2. I don't know shit. None of that stuff. Or between base camp and Camp 1, the Kumbala Icefall, whatever it's called. I've watched a lot of stuff on it. I've never been there, so I don't know. The lived experience is by far the most important thing in anything to do with mental health. Whether it's addiction, whether it's a mental health disorder, whether it's losing a loved one. Could you imagine your child dies from cancer? We're going on a rant here. Your child dies from cancer, and someone says, I can relate to you so much. You lost a child to cancer too? No, I've never even had kids. What? I mean, it's asinine. It's just the reality of the way the world works. Some things don't need as much lived experience, and they need a lot more academia experience and practicality, like this. Yeah, dude, I had open heart surgery myself. I went through what you did. Let me do your next open heart surgery. No. So it's the way it is. The number one thing that fuels all sensory motor cycles, yes, there's elements of self and other acceptance. Do not get that wrong, because, oh, I took an edible, I took acid, and I had a trip, and I have very bad conditional self-acceptance because I gave myself the sensory motor cycle. You are still afraid of being stuck forever. Unconditional life acceptance is still necessary, but there are elements of self-acceptance. I didn't have that, but I can show you how to break that down, because I had other elements of fears of rejection. The number one thing for most people keeping them stuck, and right here, I'll pull it out. Dropped it. Daisy's like, what are you doing over here? Can you just shut the fuck up? This book right here. If you don't read this book, you will not recover. I know it sounds, I'm telling you right now, nobody works with as many chronic OCD and anxiety sufferers as us. We have the best results, bar none, hundreds of success stories. If you sat everyone down and you asked them this, can you recover from OCD without reading this book? They'll just say, absolutely not. No chance. Chances are 0. Number below 1. So when you're going through this, you need to start to understand your belief systems. You have to let the automatic rumination be there. There is a huge article out there called Why Rumination is a Compulsion by a well-intentioned person. That article is so incorrect. It covers so many things wrong. Rumination is partly outward, but a lot of automatic. So let me show you right here, okay? Goal. I'm going to speak as if I'm you. goal. My goal is to get comfortable with the possibility that even though I change my beliefs, even though I change my behaviors, this may never actually go away. Now, there's a high probability that I'll recover from OCD if I put the work in, but there's no guarantee, which means I have to learn to not catastrophize and get more comfortable with whatever sensation is there. TMS, CRPS, the big five, blinking, breathing, swallowing, saliva, your heartbeat, IBS, vertigo, dizziness, bodily pain, sensory motor of your clothing, meta and hyper awareness of your consciousness, everything. I've heard it all. There's nothing I haven't heard. And I can name an hour straight of different hyper awarenesses I've worked with. Activating event, noticing your sensation and how much it's distracting you, how much it's ruining your life. Irrational beliefs. No matter what, I must get this thing to go away. And if I can't get it to go away, my life is awful and I can't stand it. If I can't get away from my sensations and I notice it for the rest of my life, why is life even worth living anymore? I'll have no good positions in my life. I can't operate in my career. I can't do this. I can't do that. That is very rigid. That equals consequences of depression and worthlessness. Almost just knocked my water over. And more hyper awareness. It is a problem, a big, big problem. Now, from a behavior component, life is the exposure. Do you need to directly expose yourself to the majority of your sensory motor and hyper awareness? No, because it's going to be there anyway, especially the big five: blinking, breathing, swallowing, saliva, heartbeat, NTMS, CRPS, and IBS and stuff. As long as you're not avoiding life, you're learning to slowly chip away and build your structure and build your life. That is enough. If your life looks basically exactly as it would if you did not have this, and this will take a couple years, not a couple months, a couple years to really get good at. Can your life look different than 9 to 12 months? Absolutely. Have I met many people who are robustly recovered with very, very little chance of relapse because there's no guarantee at 12 months? Almost never. 2 years, more so. 3 years to 4 years, a lot more people. But under 2 years still prone. Way better. Again, you can be way better. Astronomically better. But you got to hear those realities. I can show you. I can help you. I can hone in from the above helicopter viewpoint of your life and show you what you're avoiding. Well, oh yeah, Nick, I only have a couple avoidance behaviors. No, you don't. You got a lot. You got a lot. Just the reality of it. Please come in. Don't sit in silence. Phil@OCDrecovery.com. Let me know what you think. Hope to hear from you soon. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.